7282. Watch Jersey Central live online at WCTCAM.com or listen on your smartphone with the iHeartRadio or TuneIn apps. Connect with WCTC on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube by searching 1450 WCTC. And now, back to Jersey's Morning Show. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
7:37. Welcome back to Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. It's a Tell a Friend Tuesday and Election Day. Polls open in just a little over 90 minutes. They've been open for a little over 90 minutes from now, of course, and the turnout so far, we're hearing very good at various polling locations across the state. And hopefully you plan on casting your vote today and then coming back to us tonight here at 8 o'clock after the polls closed for our award-winning coverage anchored by Raquel Williams and her team. This is going to be one interesting day, one day to remember, that's for sure. So stay with WCTC throughout the day today. Let's get to the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline in time for our Tuesday feature, even on Election Day, where we welcome back Barry Blank from National Estate Jewelers for our feature called What's It Worth? Barry, good morning to you. How you doing today?
Good morning to you. I am awake. My wife is already out at the polls. I'm then going to work, and I will be going right after the gym this morning.
Excellent news. Good. And the turnout's been good so far, so that's good news to hear from you, Barry. All right, timing is everything, whether you're voting for president or whatever is going on. But talk about the time right now as someone could determine their valuables. When is the right time to sell? Is there a right time, Barry?
The right time is when you feel it's right. And I got to explain that. As opposed to the worst time. The worst time is when you have to sell, when you need to raise money. The right time is what you feel is the right time because we don't know what way gold is going. I make people an offer on a gold bracelet. They say, I'm going to wait till it goes up. And I say, well, what if it goes down? Oh, it's not going down, everybody says. I said, but what if it does? I said, I've been watching the gold market for 20 years plus. I'm 30 years. Since I'm 25, 30 years old. I can't even count anymore.
Right.
And I got to tell you, it went up in 1979 to $800 an ounce, which was unheard of. For the next 30 years, it was between $200 and $300 an ounce. Now, in 2011, it went to $1,900 an ounce. And then it dropped back and dropped back and dropped back, and it went below $1,100. Now it's around $1,280, $1,290. It was at $1,300 a couple of days ago. So the right time, you know, unless you're a mega wealthy person, you just don't know. You can't afford to just, I'm going to wait till it goes up.
Yeah, you're right.
When you're ready to sell, you haven't worn it, you know, you're not using it, you need some extra cash for the holidays, then is the time to sell.
You're right. And it comes to, compare it to, they say the best time to look for a job is when you have one, or the best time to go shop for a car is while your car is still drivable. And rather than wait till your car all of a sudden is ready to go to the squasher, you want to get a car ahead of time. But like you said, it's different for everybody, and everybody has their own sort of schedule there.
Right.
And you mentioned about, and I recall this tremendous, when that really tremendous spike happened in the gold prices. What do you attribute that to, Barry? Because I remember that was making news, big news around the world when that happened.
That was a very different time. Three markets went crazy: the silver market, the gold market, and the diamond market. And there was a major manipulation. The Hunt brothers went to jail for it. Silver went to $50 an ounce. And people were melting anything and everything they can get a hold of. And this was a market manipulation because it caused the gem craze. People were investing in gems. They became worth nothing after, well, not nothing, but a D flawless diamond went to $50,000 a carat, a 1 carat diamond, and silver went to 50 and gold went to 800. So this was a manipulation, and you know what's happening now is, I guess, it feels to me after 6 years of this market that this is about the price it's going to stay at. But don't quote me on it because it could go up and it could go down.
Yeah, and I remember when all that was going on there. That was a real interesting time. Let's talk about appraisals, Barry. How valuable is an appraisal of a piece of jewelry before you go ahead and sell it? Is that appraisal sort of a must-have thing?
No, it's not a must-have thing. The must-have appraisals depending on the purpose of your appraisal is very important for you to realize what will it cost to replace that item. Keeping in mind that when you go to sell it based upon an appraisal, you're going to get as low as, on a recent appraisal, on a one done today, 10% of the appraised value to maybe 30% of the appraised value. And so, for argument's sake, you get something appraised at $10,000. It will generally bring from $1,000 to $3,000. And you say, why? Well, the answer is simple. If something's going to retail for $10,000, what did it cost the store to make it?
Right.
And the answer is anywhere from, you ready, $100 to $300, and maybe in some cases $500. But most places, and you say, oh, the jewelry industry is terrible, has a 3 to 5 times markup because you know what the chain stores, and I won't mention a chain store by name because I don't want to get sued. The chain stores created an 70 and 80% off sale.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're making money at that.
Yep, that's always the thing. Like, oh, they could still sell it at this deep discount, but don't worry, don't feel bad. They're still making it. It's still a profitable endeavor for them, right?
Yeah. Don't think they're giving away their profit.
No, of course not. Barry Blank is with us this morning. It's What's It Worth here on WCTC and WCTCAM.com. Barry, could you perhaps again explain, and this is something that a lot of people ask me to pass along to you, since you do both and do both so well, if you could just once again explain the differences between selling an item and pawning an item and what the differences are?
Well, the difference is when you're selling an item, you're going to get a maximum value for that item based upon its second market value, based upon what we feel it's worth. For instance, if you sell us gold valued on the market at around $1,000, you're going to get right around $1,000 for it. If you're trying to get a loan based upon gold worth $1,000, you're going to get between $500 and $700 as a loan, because if you don't come back, and everybody says they're coming back, if you don't come back, we need to liquidate it, and we will lose the interest on the loan if you don't come back and pick it up and pay the interest. So we have to leave ourselves a buffer, so we're loaning below the market on an item. So it's and it's a collateralized loan.
Is there a difference when you talk about the collateral that's involved, and is there a time frame that this entire process happens in?
Well, the loan itself can take anywhere from 15 minutes to a half an hour or an hour, depending on how complicated the analysis and that it takes to really evaluate the item. The loan itself is generally a 4-month loan, and at the end of 4 months, and you don't have to come in and make payments on the loan. It's a really great way to borrow money for a short term, and I stress a short term, because in the 4-month time period, a loan of $200 sounds really cheap, and it's $9 a month on a $200 loan, which is just wonderful. After 4 months, it's $9, $18, $20, $36 on $200. That's not bad, but if you let this linger and you go to 8 months, that $36 becomes $72 on a $200 loan. You're almost at 50% already.
Yeah.
So I think pawn is a great way to get short-term cash.
Yep.
Something you don't have to worry about your credit report. We don't look at it. We don't worry about it. You're leaving us collateral. You're leaving us something that we can say, hey, don't worry about your credit. We'll be happy to do this for you.
Right, exactly. And, of course, the free verbal evaluation days are Tuesday at National Estate Jewelers, so make sure you stop by. And, of course, they never ask you how much you want for an item. Has always been and will always be an unethical thing to do. Right, Barry?
That's 100% correct. Going back to my parents' business, they acted the same way we do, and they never, ever said, how much do you want? This is what this is worth to us.
All right. Terrific. Great speaking with you today. Now go out there and cast your vote, my friend. All right. And we'll talk again next Tuesday.
Well, very good. I'm on my way.
All right. Thank you, Barry. All right. My guest, Barry Blank, National Estate Jeweler.